social media can be overwhelming because there's new platforms and platforms change. We have Twitter, and then we have X and Facebook and TikTok and Instagram, and then formats on all those can change. And so a big part of the class is actually making sure that the social media that you choose to operate on are the ones that are really going to connect you with your target market, because everybody is not on all social media platforms. They're not all created equal for the same audience. And so there will be very practical advice on choosing which platforms make the most sense for your business, you and your business, to reach your target customer. And then also strategies about how to make it a little bit less overwhelming in terms of scheduling posts in advance and sitting down once per week or twice per month, as opposed to having to think about it throughout your day-to-day.
What's up, Camden County? Alison Shores, Camden County Chamber of Commerce, and you are catching the 23rd episode of the Getting in Your Business podcast. This Getting in Your Business podcast is made possible by our Chairman Circle sponsors: Comcast Business, Georgia Power Company, Plug Power, St. Mary's DDA, TDS Telecom, Ameris Bank. Thank you to all of our sponsors. All right, let's get down to business. Today in the studio, I have Chase Cowart from SBDC. Is that correct?
That's correct.
All right. So let's talk about this Digital Marketing Bootcamp, because I have just loved all these little boot camps coming out. They have been super informative for our members and people wanting to start businesses. So let's talk about Digital Marketing Bootcamp. That's amazing. I'm excited.
Yeah, it's exciting. Awesome. And thank you for having us on the podcast to share a little bit of information about it.
Yeah. So when we talk about Digital Marketing Bootcamp, so digital marketing, what all does that include?
Yeah, so digital marketing is a broad term and can sound a little bit scary, right? When we just talk about digital marketing, it sound overwhelming. It's really not. So if you think about the traditional tenets and foundations of marketing, it's just, how do we get the message out about our product or our service to the people who really need to know about it? And traditionally, those avenues have been more print, but I think people are coming around to digital marketing. It's been around for a while now. So it's really just using digital media forms, which include social media, but also include things like your website and advertisements that can be done through Google searches. Any podcasting is an example of digital marketing, right? As opposed to the traditional marketing that we think about when you think about billboards and commercials and things like that. So that's really what we mean when we talk about digital marketing. The class specifically will talk about a little bit foundationally making sure that you have a marketing strategy set and that we have SMART goals, and that we're not just throwing things at the wall and hoping they stick with our marketing. We have a plan and it's thought through. And then from there, we're going to go through how to use social media to really reach your market effectively. And then also things that you can do to your website to make it more likely that you're found when people are searching for your product or service, especially locally, which is really important.
Absolutely. I think when most people hear digital marketing, they immediately think about social media, because I think that's what's in our faces a whole lot, and that's what we're on scrolling and looking at things. So I think a lot of people think social media, and I think a lot of it now too, they don't think about website. They think, oh, I just have a Facebook and that's fine, people can find me, and they don't understand the advantages of having an actual website. Now, with social media, do you teach, like in this boot camp, do they teach people like kind of what to post and how to post and maybe how often and stuff? Because I think we get so caught up in our day-to-day that I don't think there is a plan necessarily. We're just, we're going to do this. We're going to say that this is on sale today or whatever. So is it teaching people having like plans like that?
Absolutely. You're spot on. Is that social media can be overwhelming because there's new platforms and platforms change. We have Twitter, and then we have X and Facebook and TikTok and Instagram, and then formats on all those can change. And so a big part of the class is actually making sure that the social media that you choose to operate on are the ones that are really going to connect you with your target market, because everybody is not on all social media platforms. They're not all created equal for the same audience. And so there will be very practical advice on choosing which platforms make the most sense for your business, you and your business, to reach your target customer. And then also strategies about how to make it a little bit less overwhelming in terms of scheduling posts in advance and sitting down once per week or twice per month, as opposed to having to think about it throughout your day-to-day. So it'll be very practical information on how to manage social media so that it's not this overwhelming, scary thing.
Yeah, that's awesome. Now, are you doing these here in Camden County? These boot camps?
Yeah, so this specific class will be at the College of Coastal Georgia's Camden campus in Kingsland.
Okay, awesome. And this is happening when? Because I want people. I feel like our business community needs to hear this because a lot of them ask me for help with
Yep.
social media or website. I can't tell you how many times Kanan and I go into a business and they're like, hey, do you know anybody that can help me with my website? And just
Yeah.
stuff like that. And I think it's all that stuff is scary. And I didn't grow up on with computers and stuff. So, and a lot of our business owners didn't either. So I think this is just a great time to kind of teach and be able to learn all that and catch up with maybe some of the technology that's coming out.
Sure. It's actually going to be on Tuesday, September 17th from
Awesome.
9 a.m. to noon. The best part is this class doesn't cost anything to attend
It's
and
free?
register for. That's right.
I love
So
that's my favorite word. Okay, free. All right,
Yeah.
I love
So
it.
we're really excited about it. I think it's everything that you've touched on is exactly right. It's going to be foundational knowledge, but I'm really proud of how practical the information is, how much that people who attend will be able to take away and implement, and it won't feel overwhelming or scary. If it is still scary, the SBDC has resources that are available after the fact that also don't cost anything.
That was my next
So
question. What about the
yeah.
people like me that are going to need more than 3 hours that still have questions? What are the resources after? So you do have a follow up, like help afterwards.
Yeah, so we can provide some one-on-one assistance afterwards. It usually takes the form of meeting one-on-one in person. Oftentimes it requires that the business owner leave and do some homework on their own
Yeah,
and come
of course.
back, and we
Yeah.
just work through it together.
Yeah.
But that is the process. So we will hope the class is a great starting point, and then follow up is to be expected with us after that.
Awesome. So, guys, I hope you heard that Tuesday, September 17th from 9 to 12 at College of Coastal Georgia, the Camden Center. We're so excited. Thank you, Chase. Now, if people want to sign up for this, where do they need to go to do that?
Just start with GeorgiaSBDC.org,
Yeah, it'll be on your
and
website.
you'll be able to find the class. Yep.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. Did we cover everything? I feel like I kind of took over and said everything.
No, I think that's great. I think that's great. The only thing I would mention is that there are other non-digital marketing classes that the SBDC will be offering in your area, including one that's focused on different options that may be available for small business lending.
Okay.
And so I would encourage your business owners and people listening to take a look at the other classes that'll be available on the webpage as well.
Awesome. Because I know we did a podcast with Sarah Beth. She did some stuff with us. And of course, we've had Andy. So, yeah, this is exciting. I'll be looking forward to those other classes. And thank you so much for your time today, Chase. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you for having us.
Yes. Thank you, guys. You have caught the 23rd episode of the Get In Your Business podcast.